Give me a kiss better. Mum kissing better? Mwah. All better.
Some wee bits. Just has milk there. No.
Although we live on a sailboat and we're on the move quite a lot, we still try to keep a morning routine. It keeps us happy, keeps Solula happy, and Marley as well. So the mornings are quite busy. It starts first off with the alarm clock, and normally we have a big cuddle in the bed all together with Marley as well. It is really hot and humid here in Southeast Asia, and so if I want to get a workout in, it's best if I do it first thing in the morning or late in the evening. So I only have these very small windows to be able to do it. We are actually going to be sailing today, and so we might be sailing into the evening. If I want to get any kind of workout in today, I have to do it first thing this morning. The days when I do exercise, I feel much more energized, I'm happier to be around, and I just feel so much better. So let's get it done.
Over the next 7 days, I've been given a challenge by Magic Minds where I'll be adding a little additional step to my morning routine. I'll be drinking a shot of this natural formula of Magic Minds, which will help keep me focused throughout the day. Now, this is definitely not a coffee replacement. I love my morning coffee and that little caffeine hit, although that caffeine hit and coffee doesn't actually give you energy. It just blocks the receptors in your brain that says that you're tired. So which is why after a couple of hours, you want to have another coffee. Where Magic Minds contains active ingredients which will help keep me energized throughout the day. So I can get the 1,000,001 jobs done at the moment. Let's go. Well, I tell you, it's absolutely changed my outlook for every day. It's crushing any sort of procrastination, and I'm finding that I'm getting a lot more done. As we prepare for the year, we have a lot of things going on behind the scenes. I've had a lot of meetings, a lot of discussions with people, and there's a lot of organisation to go into the haul out and the next couple of weeks. The first time I used Magic Minds, the amount of productivity and the focus I had throughout the day, I was just getting so much stuff done. And now that I'm back into that highly stressful situation of trying to organise things and organise people and prepare for the boatyard in 2 weeks' time, and just the build up and anticipation of the year, it's really, I know, it's becoming quite stressful as we're coming up to the boatyard time. So that's why I've got back on board the Magic Minds. Day 7, let's go. So over this 7-day challenge, just by adding this little green 2-ounce drink into my diet every morning with my coffee, I'm on top of tasks. I'm not delaying them. That little voice in my head isn't going, just do it later. It's going, no, let's get it done right now. This challenge being sent to us by Magic Minds is being gratefully accepted. I'm a big fan of Magic Minds. If you're looking to increase your productivity throughout the day, decrease your coffee, decrease your stress, I highly recommend you give Magic Minds a crack. I'll give you a 7-day challenge as well. If you use the code word Nandji20 in the link in the description below, it gets you up to 56% off your first subscription for the next 10 days. All right, well, I'm buzzing. I've got things to do. So we've had a good morning here and we've got 30 or 40 miles to sail. So first, quick swim. Let's go sailing. Generally, we don't really put out a fishing line when we've done these sort of passages, but there's so many boats, see a lot of fishing boats. And Bonita, just as we've left, what do you reckon you've seen, mate?
Big splash, like massive splash. We scared a fish, it jumped away from the boat and did a big splash. So there's some big fish around here.
Probably a long time, but I haven't eaten fish for quite some time. And since we have caught mackies before, and we did learn about a boat that caught a stonking mackie on this passage, a bit further out to sea off those islands, they're a little bit further away from people, but I don't know, what are the odds? Fish love this boat, so let's get them. Target species is 1L Mac Daddy, Spanish mackerel. Usually we use a redhead. I've only got one left, which is out on the other rod at the moment, because we lost a couple in Indo last year, so one thing we've got to do is buy more lures. But Mac Daddy, coming to Big Popper. As we bought Nandji 2 in Thailand, the previous owner had obviously sailed the boat around Thailand, and so on the chart plotters we've got old paths and old tracks that we didn't do, and they've gone along the exact same tracks. And so last night we stayed in the anchorage where we hadn't been, but the boat had been, and we're currently following the exact same path. So we're going to go, our anchorage today is another spot that we've never been, so yeah, but it's just through the experience of someone else, the previous owner. Another spot where the boat's been but we haven't. According to the cruising guide, where we are going is meant to be pretty stunning. Worth a bit of an explore in the dinghy as well, because there's some stuff to find. Pretty keen on this next anchorage. The last one was really good, and since the boat has done this exact trip twice and the previous owner went to the exact same spots, down and back, they must be pretty good.
Now that Yosh has finished all the bungs, we're up to the next step, which is my job. So I've got my trusty little scraper here. As you can see, the caulking is still quite raised above the wood. We are going to sand the whole deck and sand the wood back. We're also going to re-caulk it again. But to make life a little bit easier with the sanding, I'm going to scrape off all of the excess caulking and make it a flat surface, so it's going to be less work when we start to sand it back again. The whole time we've had this boat, the caulking on the deck has felt really raised on your feet, like you don't, it's a really strange surface to walk on, so it's going to be a lot nicer underfoot once I level it all out again. There's not a lot of wind today and we are motoring, and so it's kind of a good opportunity to get some work done.
I think we've got more chance of catching a fish trap or a flag than we do of catching a mackie through here. We might just bring him in, eh? Making a little evaluation here. You know, we've got about 6 knots apparent on the beam, so that's generally more boat speed of 6 knots going forward. So you can see on the water surface here there's a bit of a gentle breeze. It's sort of coming on our back quarter there, so I reckon it's probably a really good Spinnaker breeze. I'm thinking we might get old Manky Fart up. Turn this donk off. How's that for a sentence? Might put this Manky Fart up and turn the donk off. I do speak with a bit of slang, don't I? Sometimes I totally forget how Australian I am. All you American people out there, I do apologise when you don't understand a word that I'm talking about. First things first, let's just sort out this main. So we've got to ride out to the side. We need to rig up something a bit better as a preventer system for Nandji 2. Might need to get a boom brake or something like that, but currently we're just tying a rope towards the end of the boom here so I can still reach it from deck, have it go forward and then come aft. And that's our preventer for now. You know, it's effective, but say we want to jibe or, you know, it's a fair bit of extra work, whereas if you had a boom brake, yeah, so for now, easiest way is just to run a rope forward. Yeah, send it. She's a bit twisted today. Up or not? Oh, it keeps going. I forgot how big this thing is. Wow, that's a big sail. Now, if we can remember back to last year in Indonesia when we first put Manky Fart up for the first time, you remember when we pulled it out of the bag? We had this roll of anal beads. They were a bit curious about what we do with them, apart from the obvious. But through that video we learned quite a lot, you know. That's the good thing about us posting, you know, we never try to be professionals, that's for damn sure. We're professionally good at nothing. But from this we found out that, so if I attach this onto the tack line there and put it around the genoa or the jib here, so the beads are there to sort of roll up and down, and that's just to steady that tack line, just, you know, because the tack can sway around a bit with a bit of swell. It's obviously pretty locked in now, but let's put the beads on and give it a go, if I can. Probably should have done it before we set the sail. There we go, beads. Oh, that's sick, that helps a bit on the chafing as well. We're just sailing between this patch of reef, these two patches of reef. So
we have been through there many before, so...
That's not our tracks, that's old mate's tracks.
Okay, so yeah, the old owner of the boat used to go through these reefs, so it's okay to sail through, but...
It's 13 metres deep, it's all pretty shallow around here. 10, 13 metres.
Yeah. They say when things go wrong, it's a collaboration of 3 things at once.
Nothing's gone wrong.
So, I know, but we've got the reef, the Spinnaker, and now the drone.
We've got a lot going on. A lot going on. Now we got lines going everywhere. We got kids' Lego going everywhere. We got bloody hound dogs. Just taking it easy, eh? Kids, dogs, Spinnakers, you know. Just chilling, a nice casual cruise, mate. It's always so exciting with the old asymmetrical, Jenica, Spinnaker, whatever you want to call it. Always so much fun.
Yeah, we're matching the wind speed there.
Yeah, we're matching the wind speed. We got 5.5 knots on the beam. We're doing 5.5 knots. 5.5 knots on the beam is the apparent wind, so it's about 8 knots true. Currently, our wind odometer speed reader only reads apparent wind.
So apparently,
it's blowing about 5 to 8. 6 knots on the beam, and the wind's definitely at 120, so boat's flying. This boat flies, eh? I can't wait to get a clean butt. New rig, properly send it. Are you kidding me? It just looks like we're floating.
it's so smooth.
It's so smooth, eh? It looks like we're on a cloud 9 or something.
Gosh. And the boat just looks amazing.
The boat looks so good, eh? It's
Oh my
insane.
God.
Just cuts. There's no bobbing or nothing. The sails are just set. Like, bet you go downstairs, you don't even feel like you're moving.
Nah, I forget that.
Insane. I'm walking on sunshine and clouds and everything fluffy, pillows, silk sheets, all that smooth fluffy stuff. So good, eh? We're going a little bit off of old mate's course, so I might just need to see where we're going at this course. It looks like he goes around the outside of these islands coming up in front.
We just switched sails from the Spinnaker back to the Genoa, and it was just in time. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. We were starting to get a little bit overpowered there, and it's a bit too much when you've got so much going on as well. So yeah, we just switched it out just in time, and we're sailing at 6.5 knots again.
Man, the wind's only picked up a couple of knots, but that sail is that big. You feel every one of those knots, eh? Just the slightest change in conditions, and man, the boat's so responsive. So like, it picks up 1 or 2 knots in wind, boat picks up 1 or 2 knots in speed as well. And yeah, trying to push it a bit hard and turn that asymmetrical downwind sail into a reaching sail was pushing it a little bit and made things feel a little bit overpowered. She was all systems go there for a sec, but
Yeah.
all good. Big rock, eh? Big rock.
A wimbo it, 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 a wimbo it. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Oh, we Right, you choose a colour, choose one, that's it. Blue on one end. Okay, yeah. Sticking down. Wow, unicorn's coming along.
Yeah.
Alright, now into another one.
I do that now. I'm making an aircon.
Wow. Mum and Lula always do arts and crafts when we're on passage. That is pretty funny. I'm not sure who likes it more, whether it's Lula or Mum, but pretty fun.
Okay.
Looking good, mate.
Like right at the start, I need sunglasses. You shut it off, okay?
Yep. Coming in. Yeah, babe. Couldn't give us a little bit of space, mate, just a little bit. As the Durgan's jokes. That's out of that. When that fishing boat just came past, we had to avoid him, so we did go past standard fishing, but they just charged straight at you, man. Because of that, we had to start reaching, so we had to really go hard onto the wind. I had to grind on the asymmetrical, and we blew apart the old manky shackle here too. We don't have any spare shackles, so we're gonna have to get a few at some stage. Such a big sail. Man, it's such beautiful sailing, you know. Just this gentle wind on the back quarter. Sails set. Thank you, Fart. You're not as bad as I remember, mate. You're actually pretty good. I like you. I like you a lot. I think you were your own worst enemy, mate, looking at you, where you might have got wet and packed away and the blues seeped into the yellow. I think that's your only problems. You might be a pretty new sail. You're looking pretty good condition. We're getting caned by a current against us. Must be a couple of knots. We're only sailing at like 3 knots. So we might need to turn the motor on. We've got 9 miles into the anchorage. Less than 2 hours of light left. We haven't been into this anchorage. Old mate has anchored in there many times, the previous owner. So we do have his tracks, which I'm sure we find, but yeah, let's try to get there with some daylight, I think. Might need to pull the sail in and just charge it. How's just sock and manky fart on the bow? I found half of that block that blew out from the very back of the boat. I found this on the bow.
Wow. Lucky no one got hit.
I sort of like, when I was grinding it, it exploded from back here, but I was sort of looking forward and I thought I seen some white stuff go flying. I'm like, nah, I'm wigging. And I tried to grind again. I'm like, oh, that feels a bit wrong. What's going on? And then I seen that it had blown apart.
Wow. A lot of pressure, hey?
So much pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, we need some new blocks.
Yeah. Well, better to break here than in the middle of the ocean.
Well, it's better to break here than the middle of the ocean. Oh, what a lovely end to a lovely day on the water. One thing about the tropics is you have some amazing sunsets. Oh, we've got about 4 miles left. Looks like the sun will get down before we get in there, but not to worry. What a fun day on the water. Spinnaker up. Any day you sail with a Spinnaker is always a good day. Made some miles. Boat's handling pretty good. It's feeling nice. Love Nandji too. Thanks for watching, legends. Remember to check out Magic Minds, and I dare you to accept my 7-day challenge. There's a link in the description below.